Welcome and welcome back. It is Kayla, your favorite beauty blogger, and today we're going to be talking about quick weave hairstyles, and we're going to go over some techniques to switch up your hairstyle. The quick weave is an easy option to quickly change your hairstyle. A beautifully installed sew-in, it can turn heads whenever you walk into a room and make you the envy of all the ladies who wish their sew-in was as flawless as yours. Most women are prepared to sit in a chair for over 3 hours, if not more, just to get their favorite style. However, there's an option for those of us who need a style, but we don't have 3 hours to dedicate to a sew-in. Quick weaves are a fantastic option for getting the hairstyle you want without sacrificing so much of our valuable time. Today, you're gonna find out all of the information that you need to educate yourself on what a quick weave actually is, the benefits of wearing a long quick weave or a short quick weave, and the various styles that you could wear if you want a protective style. So, what exactly is a quick weave? A quick weave is a process by which you bond hair extensions to your hair or a protective cap. There are also liquid gel products created that you apply to your hair. You allow them to harden, and they serve as a protective barrier between your hair and the glue that's used to attach the extensions. Another option is to bond hair extensions to a thick weave cap, which I personally prefer because I can take it on and off, which is a bonus benefit to the quick weave. We change our minds daily and we wear our hair based on our moods. I know I'm not the only one who does this, right? Which makes quick weaves super duper convenient. This process is perfect for quick weave long hairstyles, for bobs, and for short weave styles. It's the fastest and more affordable option when it comes to installing a weave because you can install it at home. You don't have to have a license or specialized training to install one. Now, if you ask me, do quick weaves damage my hair? I can honestly tell you that a licensed hairstylist is a bonus because they know and understand how to take care of your hair. Now, if you're uncomfortable with hair maintenance, you may want someone else to install your quick weave to make sure that it looks great. It's important not to rush the application because if you get glue on your hair, it can cause breakage. Let's talk about some of the pros and cons of quick weave. The quick weave is the perfect solution for people with busy schedules who desire the look of a traditional sew-in. Although the sew-in technique can be more realistic looking, if you take your time, your quick weave can look just as good. First, let's talk about the pros so we can decide if this type of weave is best for you. The first pro, the cost to get a quick weave is super duper affordable. Number two, it's faster to complete than the traditional sew-in, which makes it perfect for those who don't feel like waiting in a salon or sitting in a chair too long. Pro number three, if taken care of properly, it can last for 3 to 4 weeks so that you'll get your money's worth. Pro number four, this technique can be great for a protective style. Now, let's get into the cons. Con number one of a quick weave. If you don't use a protective seal over your scalp, the glue from the hair extensions can actually pull your hair out. So, to prevent hair damage, you want to use a protective barrier. Con number two, the adhesive can damage your hair extensions. Con number three, even though the process is quicker than most sew-ins, it still takes time for each weft track to dry before actually applying the next one. This method requires patience. Con number four, cutting the wefts will increase the amount of shedding compared to a traditional sew-in. Now, let's talk about how we prepare our hair for a quick weave. So before installing your quick weave, I believe ensuring your hair is clean is essential. Whether your hair is relaxed or natural, you must shampoo your hair. You want to blow dry or air dry your hair. Ensure you dry your hair thoroughly because any stored moisture can cause bacteria to develop. I believe in keeping my hair moisturized, so I pour a quarter size of Jamaican black castor oil into the palms of my hands. I rub my hands together and then I apply it all through my hair and my scalp. Since I do have a TWA, I don't have to use too much of it. Depending on the length of your hair, you may need to use more. But the castor oil is super duper thick, so I suggest you repeat the process I just mentioned until you have applied it all over the hair strands. After using castor oil, you want to apply a quarter size of leave-in conditioner to add moisture to your hair. This is going to protect it while it's braided up. Now, cutting the wefts. When you're cutting your wefts, make sure you measure the back of your head first from ear to ear. This way, when you cut your tracks, they'll be the proper length to glue to your weave cap. After I cut my wefts, I run my hands through the extensions to remove any loose hair strands that may have gotten cut. Some people actually prefer to let their tracks air dry by placing glue one after the other. Others, they prefer to use a blow dryer with the setting on low heat. All right, now the liquid cap quick weave with leave outs. Let's get into it. So you want to part your hair where you will want your leave out to be. You want to braid the leave out section so it doesn't get in the way as you prepare the rest of your hair. On damp hair, you want to apply the Salon Pro 30-second weave molding gel to the rest of your hair. Make sure that you don't use it in the braided area or your leave out section. Comb through the hair to smooth it down and to evenly distribute the product. Then you want to dry your hair with a blow dryer, or you can use wrap strips to keep your hair smooth as it dries and sit under the hooded dryer until your hair is completely dry. Your next step is going to be to squeeze a small amount of the Weave Wonder Wrap onto the application brush. You want to apply the liquid barrier all over your hair and making sure to avoid the braided leave out section. You can use the blow dryer, or you can sit under the hooded dryer until the Wonder Wrap is dry. Pull the thicker cap edge past your hairline once the wrap is completely dry and hard. You want to use a white pencil or an eyeliner to outline your leave out because you don't want to glue any wefts in this area. Now it's time for the fun part. It's time for you to glue your extensions onto your cap. So remember, you are protecting your hair with the molding gel so that the glue won't do any harm. Measure the extensions and apply your hair glue to the wefts. Don't go heavy on it because if you're like me, I can't stand all of that glue getting on my hands and my fingers. I always have someone help me with the next part. I pull my stocking cap down in the back because, again, I will cut that thick band off. Apply your first extension at the nape of the head from edge to edge and smooth the weft down with your finger. Remember, the band should be hanging more extended than the extension because we're gonna cut it off. Grab your blow dryer and run it across the weft to ensure that it dries thoroughly to your cap. You may think that is crazy, but if you're wondering how far apart your extensions should be, use the length of your index finger nail bed as a guide. Trust me, it will work every time. Measure the distance of your next extension, one index fingernail bed length. That was definitely a tongue twister. Above your first extension. Measure it from edge to edge of your nape area. Now, how do we measure the hair extensions? As you move up to the crown of your head, you want to start measuring your extensions from the edge of the hairline, not the edge of the stocking cap. You know how you love your edges to be flawless. Instead of taking the width of your extensions to the very edge of your hairline, you want to bring it back just a little. This way, you'll be able to show off your edges once you have completed your quick weave. Once you reach the top of your head, start gluing your tracks in from front to back. At the top, don't use the guide I suggested previously because you don't want to have too much space between your wefts. Glue your wefts in by placing them on your cap's white line. Make sure your wefts are completely dry once you're close to the mark. Cut off the excess, the visible part of your stocking cap from around your head and your leave out area. To blend your leave out in with your extensions, you want to use your flat iron to smooth your natural hair, taking small sections. Then, apply a small amount of oil to the hair on your part. The oil is going to soften the Eco Style gel or edge control that you'll use to lay down your leave out so that it looks super duper smooth. For more tips on how to style your leave out, I'm going to leave a link down below so you can check out this great article by Shay Rodriguez titled Blending Your Leave Out. Now it's time to style your extensions, and babe, you're ready to show your hair off to the world. We can also install our quick weave using the liquid cap quick weave without a leave out and an invisible part. So on damp hair, you want to apply the Salon Pro 30-second weave molding gel to all of the hair. You want to comb this through your hair with the comb to smooth the hair down and evenly distribute the product. To make sure that the part is super clean, you want to mold down your hair, parting your hair where you want the invisible part to be. Dry your hair with the blow dryer, or you can use the wrap strips to keep it smooth as it dries under a hooded dryer. Your next step is going to be to squeeze a small amount of Weave Wonder Wrap onto the application brush. You want to apply the liquid barrier all over your hair. The best way to apply it is precisely just like the molding gel. You want to use the blow dryer or sit on the hooded dryer until the Wonder Wrap is completely dry. Then you have to set your hairline. So once you dry your hair, put on a stocking cap by pulling the thicker edge of your stocking cap past your hairline. Use your white pencil or your white eyeliner or some type of marker to place the part of your stocking cap exactly where your part in your hair is. I apply gorilla snot to my hairline to hold my stocking cap in place. Apply the gorilla snot to the left side of your hairline to the top of your ear. Pull your stocking cap to the edge of your hairline and press gently to secure it in place. Use your blow dryer to dry the area. We're going to repeat this step on the opposite side. You want to wait to cut the bands off the front of the stocking cap. I like to make sure that it is completely dry, so I cut mine off at the very ends of the process. Measure your extension and apply your hair glue to the weft. I always have someone help me with this part. I pull my stocking cap down in the back because I'm going to cut the thick band off later. Apply your first extension at the nape of the head from edge to edge, and then you want to smooth the weft down with your finger. Remember, the band should be hanging further than the extension because it is going to be cut off later. Grab your blow dryer and run it across the weft to ensure that it is dry thoroughly to your cap. As you move up the crown of your head, you want to start measuring your extensions from the edge of the hairline, not the edge of the stocking cap, because remember, we're going to cut off the excess cap. Once you get to the top of your head, start gluing your tracks in line with the white line that you drew in your cap. Wait to cut your stocking cap until you are ready to put in your invisible part wefts. Once you get to this point, you can cut off the excess part of your stocking cap from around your head and your part. At this point, you'll cut small, like a tic-tac small, yes, very short wefts to start creating your invisible part. Starting at the edge of your hairline, you want to glue the remaining part of the stocking cap down alongside your part. By doing this, you anchor the last bit of stocking cap and ensure that your part isn't too wide. As you move up the part with your small wefts, make each one just a little bit bigger because you want it to cover the weft below it. Think about it as stacking your wefts. I recommend you stop midway and apply your DIY closure to make sure that it's placed to look as realistic as possible. And then finish applying your small wefts to complete your part. We can also apply our quick weaves with a braided foundation. So to complete a quick weave with a braided base, you want to create your foundation braid. This isn't a particular pattern that you need to have, so I suggest you cornrow your hair straight to the back. Separate the hair into 3 sections and slide down about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 of an inch before you start the braid. You may actually need to add synthetic hair to each braid to make sure that your braids last longer. Braiding this way reduces tension on your scalp. Once you've completed your braids, you want to put on your stocking cap. Apply your extensions in the nape the same way we discussed before. When you get to the midsection of your head and your crown, you want to glue your extensions in a circular motion. By installing your extensions this way, you are covering the entire head and you will only have an open space in the center of the crown. In this area, you will cover with our DIY closure. To make your closure, cut a weft about 1 inch long. You're going to apply hair glue to your tracks and allow it to dry for about 5 to 10 seconds. Begin rolling your weft tightly to create a tight roll. At this point, I like to attach a clip or a T-pin through the weft to make sure that I keep them all together. I allow it to dry for about 5 minutes or longer, depending on what else I have going on. Once the closure is dry, I fan the hair out around the weft to create a fan of hair around it. I take my heated flat iron on a low temperature and I sandwich the roll between the flat iron. Doing this is going to flatten the weft out and make it super duper smooth. Don't rush through this process because this step isn't difficult, but it can look messy if you don't take your time. Now, let's discuss some quick weave hairstyles now that we got it all installed. One thing I love about quick weaves is that although they're quick, they are not limiting. There's so many quick weave styles to choose from. Now, let's talk about some quick weave hairstyles. 1, the pixie cut. Quick weave with no part. I know some of us can relate to having to run to the store quickly. You don't feel like going through the drama of trying to put on the right outfit to look presentable. I mean, all you need to do is go grab some chips, some salsa, and a drink for your Netflix and chill night, right? This short, quick weave pixie cut is the perfect style. Whether you're rocking jeans, sweats, or a formal dress, the pixie cut is the definite go-to and protective style. I am in love with Japanese styles on Instagram because he slays quick weaves. The second quick weave style is going to be the bob with an invisible part. A bob is for the woman who wants to be sassy yet classy. If you want a style that is appropriate for work, such as the military and play, you can create a quick weave bob and style it so many different ways. Our third quick weave hairstyle is going to be long hair. Okay, girl, I know you love to rock those inches now and then. I do too. I like long hair because it's fun to play with different textures and colors. Quick weaves, they allow you to go from long to short or create a longer protective style in minimal time. The fourth style, we have bangs, quick weave bang extensions. If you're looking for a weave hairstyle with bangs, quick weaves are also super great. You can even rock a quick weave ponytail with bangs. By doing a quick weave hairstyle with bangs, you don't have to do a complete full head quick weave. You can simply braid down your hair, use a wig cap, and glue your extensions. You can even do this with a DIY closure. Straight waves with bangs are super duper popular, and you can rock this with the quick weave hairstyle. Now, Kayla, you may ask, what's the best hair for a quick weave? Now, as we discussed earlier, the quick weave technique, it involves cutting the wefts of the bundle of the hair extensions. Cutting the wefts will severely limit the longevity of your hair. I suggest using a lower cost bundle, as you will probably not have the hairstyle as long as if you decided on getting the traditional sew-in technique. Our Malaysian body wave or straight hair should be an excellent choice for affordability as well as quality. Now, if you're looking for a quick weave style just to last you through the weekend, then the old trusty Milky Way pack hair will definitely suffice. If you're gonna spend top dollar on hair extensions, such as the Indian or Vietnamese hair that we offer here at Private Label, you might also wanna invest in a longer lasting install like a sew-in. Quick weaves, they can be your favorite go-to style when installed and taken care of properly. One thing to remember to look out for is the type of glue that you use and also the protective coating. Other than that, enjoy your beautiful hair and make sure that you take it out when it's ready. Leaving your install in longer than it's supposed to be can cause breakage as well as damage to your natural hair. A quick weave is the faster solution to getting the look of a traditional sew-in without spending all of your money and time and resources to install it. Find a professional who knows what they're doing. If you believe that you're savvy enough with your hands, ensure that you have all of the right materials. Beauty takes time, but it doesn't have to take all your money. Comment down below and let us know what your quick weave experience has been. We would love to hear your tips, your pros, your cons, and your experiences or anything else related to it. So please feel free to drop a comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned great information on our different techniques to style your quick weave. That being said, please like, comment, and subscribe. And y'all already know, I can't wait to see y'all in the next one. Peace.